Night 4 of Champions Week. And it is now time, hopefully, for revenge. A chance to right a wrong in the wrestling ring.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, one submission or knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League World Tag Team Championship.
2 weeks ago at AWL 328, Jigoku Destroy defeated Matt Classic Sr. in an impromptu match for the AWL Grand Championship. Matt Classic was in position to become a double title holder, but Dr. Jigoku took advantage of a loophole in the rules and forced Matt into that match with zero preparation. Immediately after, Matt had already fought a grueling handicap match where he never actually even had a chance to tag his son in. So, yeah, complete nonsense if you ask me. If you go back and watch AWL 328 Part 5, you can hear how pissed off I am in that audio. I do apologize for the unprofessional nature of my commentary, but I am really, really sick of the Augments. 2/3 of the Golden Triangle that controls all the championships in the men's division, save the Intercontinental. And there you see the diabolical, mad scientist of professional wrestling, the bad doctor himself, Dr. Jigoku, along with the proof, and I hate to say it, that his augments are superior to human wrestlers. On the left, Project Tetsu, the dean of the active augments. On the right, Project Z, the modern-day Frankenstein, a reanimated corpse kept alive by that massive, ridiculous-looking animation device, the rebreather we call it. But I cannot deny they are some of the best in the world. They are currently on, this will be their 7th title defense of the AWL World's Tag Team titles. Subite, Jigoku Hakase no Tame ni, all for Dr. Jigoku. I should point out that they are currently tied for the record of most title defenses alongside Bullet Club and the Destroyers of Doom. Going back into AWL history a little bit. I'll have some more historical tidbits as we go forward in this contest. But this match is for the oldest, longest tenured championship in the Animated Wrestling League, the World Tag Team Championship. We go to ringside now for the official introductions.
Introducing first the challengers, the tag team combination of the inventor of professional wrestling and the innovator of professional wrestling, Matt Classic. Matt Classic 2. Together they are House Classic! And their opponents, they are the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League World's Tag Team Champions. Tonight, making their 7th title defense, accompanied by their creator, Dr. Jigoku, fighting out of the laboratory, Project Tetsu, Project Z, the Augments. This is an officially sanctioned World's Tag Team Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League, AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL Senior Official Joey Bobby Ganoush in charge.
The Augments, the 33rd World's Tag Team Champions. Matt Classic 2 actually has more tag team experience than his father. Starting us off against Project Tetsu, Heel Toss, Tachiai. And immediately the power game of the Augments brought into play. In the opening 10 seconds here, I should point out that Matt Classic 2, back in his days as Matt Classic Jr., was one half of the 18th AWL World's Tag Team titles. Won that alongside Wyvern as part of Shin Jidai at AWL 192. You can check out the archive on awlwrestling.blogspot.com if you want to go back and see that. However, Matt Classic Sr. has never held tag team gold here in the AWL, though he is the trainer of the most decorated tag team you've ever had. Atomic drop into the big boot. An atomic drop very much in the wheelhouse of Matt Classic, who is now your legal combatant alongside Project Tetsu. Shoulder tackle, 1 minute in now. And on fire are the House Classic, looking into this match, realizing this is our chance, our one chance at vengeance. Taking a look at some of the relative stats going into this, we've got tag team win-loss record, but reset every season now. The Augments undefeated, 1-0, and that's been their previous tag team title defense. House Classic, on the other hand, also undefeated, 4-0. So both teams, perfect season 17 as a tag team. However, the experience, the more recent competition, the more recent streak, the more recent momentum on the side of House Classic. However, 6 successful title defenses. That almost never happens in the AWL. We have such a high level of competition here, and going for a Young Lions move here. Matt Classic, the man who invented the Boston Crab, first time he wrestled in Boston. Okay, he didn't actually invent the Boston Crab, that goes back to the Greeks, but he was the first professional wrestler ever to use it during his first match in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. And here comes the airplane spin, will he reverse direction? Matt Classic building on this, going around, is he going to try for the second direction? Yes, he is, disorienting the opponent. Twist and drop. Classic disorienting himself as well, but the damage done to the modern-day Frankenstein. Project Z does not go for a cover this early, and that's probably a smart idea. Project Z, the modern-day Frankenstein, is the only wrestler in the world with a known battery life, meaning that the longer the match goes, he does not have the stamina. So that could be the weak link in the Augment team. And a catch! The lariat caught into a beautiful STO, Space Tornado Ogawa. And going up. Oh, no, right into the golden ropes of Champions Week. The Powerbomb Suplex. That sounds like something that shouldn't be, but it is. Tag made, possible tag, yes, we're gonna have a tag Kogeki. Uh-oh, they're gonna make a sacrifice. Dr. Jigoku, all for Dr. Jigoku. Subite, Jigoku Hakase no Tamini for the 1, 2, and kick out. Roll to the stomach to prevent a secondary pinfall. And another tag, tagging back in Project Z. This time off the ropes, double big back body drop, stereophonic technique by the Augments. And a diving tag, the father's back in, and aim for the fleshy bits, Matt. Aim for the fleshy bits. And you're fighting a cyborg, you gotta aim for the fleshy bits. Couple of cyborgs under Dr. Jigoku's control here. 3 of them actually, 2 in the men's division, 1 in the women's. And we're nearly 5 minutes into this match, and it's been pretty much all Augments, though the House Classic team has shown fire. They have shown fighting spirit. They've shown they will not give, back-breaking opportunity. No, going for the camel clutch. I'm sure there's an Australian name for that, and I don't really want to know what it is right now. Giant poisonous pill bug or something. Clutch. Matt Classic going up. Oh, atomic drop by a Matt Classic. Somehow, that is not a low blow. Grandfathered in. We should just call that the grandfathered in. About to hit our first time call of the match.
Over and take on. 5 minutes. 5 minutes pass.
And beautiful defense by Classic as he hits the pile driver. Nothing more old school in professional wrestling than the pile driver, by God. You haven't won it yet. Matt Classic recently incorporating a powerbomb into his offense as well. Russian leg sweep. He doesn't really like the Russians very much, but he does like their leg sweep. Duck under the clothesline. Big back body drop. Telegraphs it, but still hits it. And now going back to that. No, spine buster. Oh, he's going to go for the atomic drop yet again. The spine buster this time. And notice how perfectly Matt Classic positions his opponent to cut the ring in half along that hypotenuse, the invisible hypotenuse. Notice that even Project Z can't really get around that right now. This is where that strategy, that experience from the oldest professional wrestler in the world, he's been wrestling since 19... and he has not lost a step. So now allowing the tag this time, that's interesting. And I do see a chair has been slid into the ring by the diabolical Dr. Jigoku. We shall see if that comes into play, or if the referee catches it. Downward spiral by the innovator, the modern day wrestler. Call him an outlaw mud show guy if you like, but he is a former AWL World's Tag Team Champion in his own right. He could become a two-time champion, this time with his father. It could happen. 6 title defenses means it's not particularly likely. Rolling kick out of the small package. Realized he couldn't grab him for the cover on the small package, so he decided just to kick him in the face. Why not? And look at the height differential here. Project Tetsu not even having to lift his leg that high to choke Matt Classic 2 in the corner. And now he's calling for something. Might be calling for a choke slam. Might be calling for the Tetsu driver. Either one of those could end this match. No, he's going for a straight lateral press. 1, 2, 2.5, but the tag team titles are on the line here. And the referee sees the chair, gets rid of it. Go for the Tetsu driver, but blocked. Escape. Matt Classic 2 able to escape the Tetsu driver. Aims for a drop kick, because I think it's Project Z, but missed. And that's the type of mistake you cannot afford to make when you're fighting for the World's Tag Team titles. Junior, who had an amazing, almost, I would say, statement-making match last week against the Grand Champion in a non-title affair. He lost, but he very nearly beat him. What do we have here? I've never seen this before. Double thrust kicks by father and son. Intergenerational thrust kicks. And into the cover, rolling through. Referee out of position. 1, 2. Break up. That was almost 3. That was so close. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family just slightly out of position. And that may have been the difference between the victory and defeat and a new set of champions. Subite Jigoku Hakase no Tameni says Project Tetsu, the dean of the active augments, the longest serving of Dr. Jigoku's creations. Irish whip into the corner. Saying, you're done. Boot to the face. And going up. Fisherman drop. Fisherman buster. 9 minutes into the contest. 30 minutes on the clock, of course, in all championship matches. That means every match this week in Champions Week. And wait a minute. Vertical suplex causing a little chaos. And that is smart wrestling by Matt Classic. He just made this. He just took down the battery life of Project Z and made this a 2-on-1 match momentarily. Brilliant wrestling. Matt Classic will he's not known as being a scholar or being particularly professorial, but Matt Classic will outthink almost any wrestler on this planet. There are a couple of reversals in the corner. And Matt Classic, he's going up. Classic going up to the high red district. He hates to do that, but the fist drop doing damage.
10 minutes. 10 minutes past.
I happen to know for a fact Matt Classic Sr. is scared of heights, so the fact he would go all the way up to the second rope, something he almost never does, that shows how important this match is. That shows how important taking one of the titles away from the Augments is. That's how important becoming a champion with his son is to Matt Classic. And there's the Matt Classic press. The Matt Classic press. He taught that move to Luthez. Irish whip across the ring. Tag Kogeki. Tag Kogeki. Tag team attack. And what is this going to be? Double whip into the corner. We're going back to it. Intergenerational thrust kicks. The intergenerational thrust kick. It nearly beat Tetsu moments ago. Cover. 1. Oh, Giants. 2, 3, 4. Dr. Jigoku's minions And wait a minute, Jigoku's been ejected! Jigoku has been ejected! And a huge heel toss out of the side of the camera shot. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family has ejected Dr. Jigoku from the ringside area on pain of, I don't know what, on pain of fines and suspensions, I suppose. A disqualification would only help his team. But it would be within the authority of the AWL commissioner to strip the Augments of the titles, win or lose, if Jigoku were to that blatantly defy the referee. Here we go, the junior version, the second generation, the airplane cutter. Dropping his opponent with even more force than the original version for the 1, 2, Thrarg! This is getting ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, the Augment tag team, they have been the AWL World's Tag Team Champions since Sacramania Wrestle Genesis. That's back before, they won those titles before the pandemic really hit. Sacramania Wrestle Genesis, that was our WrestleMania week special, our super card. Like I said, 6 tag team title defenses up until tonight. So let's see, that would have been like late March to April, May, June, July, August, September. Jesus Christ, they've had these things for like half a year. And the intergenerational seem to be relying on this, the intergenerational thrust kick. One more time, it's worked. They've gotten close 2 counts on this. Senior going for it. Senior going for it. Again, the referee out of position. 1, 2, Thrarg! Joey, what are you doing? Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family, once again out of position. We should have new champions now. I'm gassed. I'm blown up just watching this. This is the level of competition in the Animated Wrestling League. Subite Jigoku Hakase no Tameni intones the Dean of the Active Augments. 16 and a half minutes on the clock. What is going on here? Stomping away at the inner thigh of Matt Classic Senior. These teams both undefeated this season. Satsuwaza Tetsu Driver! Victory number 7 for the 1, 2, no! Oh my God, his father's gonna kill him. Matt Classic 2, just in the attempt to break the cover, he took out the referee. That's the modern shit. That's the Outlaw Mud Show shit that Matt Classic Senior would never approve of, but I don't think he saw what happened, and now Joey's back on his feet. No harm, no foul, I suppose. Roll away to avoid the contact from the boot of Matt Classic Senior. As we're almost to the halfway point of the time limit. Power slam. Running power slam by the champion. Tag made. No tag Kogeki at this juncture. Headbutts by Classic. He's going to go for something on the outside. I think he's going to go for that running drop kick. His son taught him this one. Boom! And blood drawn from the dead guy. Cover. 1. No.
15 minutes past.
And we are officially at the halfway point. And this is the point the battery life, fatigue a factor, I always say, but the battery life of Project Z, the modern day Frankenstein, that's got to be on the mind of Senior and Junior Classic. Drop kick. You have never seen anyone drop a leg in wrestling earlier or better than Matt Classic Senior. Going up back, body drop. The modern day Frankenstein using that metallic shoulder. And a beautiful counter to the elevated choke before you can get him off the ground. Atomic drop, grandfathered in. The Augments literally on the ropes right now. Oh, beautiful bionic elbow. He taught that move to some kid named Dusty once upon a time. 14 minutes remain. There's the Classic Claw. He's going for the seam. He's going for the seam, the joint in between the metal and the fleshy bits. Aim for the fleshy bits. He's got the claw that he taught to Fritz von Erich once upon a time. The Classic Claw. The damage done. You can see Project Z of the Augments. He's running on fumes. Double Irish whip. Big back body drop on the super heavyweight. Barely resisting, Junior in control. And he's going up. No! Lariat into the takedown. Almost an STO. Project Tetsu looking on. Project Z. This is not good. No. Hisatsuwaza. Butcher Bomb. We used to call him Jack Breakdown Butcher. But no, he kicked out before his father got there. That's the tenacity we saw in the non-title match against Jigoku Destroy, who will be in our main event of the week tomorrow, defending against Tiger Mask 2. But I don't think anything's going to top this epic tag team match that we're watching right now, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, subscribe. Never miss a match of the Animated Wrestling League. Or just share, just like and subscribe. I don't really care if you share it. Do people share YouTube videos anymore? Well, yeah, they do. Never mind. Like, share, and subscribe. Enable notifications, please. I'd like to have maybe 50 subscribers someday, if you're not one of them. Click on. Get in under... Yeah, I've been doing this for 10 years. Get in on the ground floor. Like every overnight sensation, it takes 10 years to happen. Right hand. Oh, huge spine buster using that metallic right shoulder as the fulcrum, and going into the Boston Crab, very close to the ropes, and under the rope, breaking the plane of the ropes. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family calls for the break. This has been a marathon of a professional wrestling match for the Animated Wrestling League. Going up, powerbomb suplex, at least this time he doesn't really hit the ropes. And that's often a setup for the Butcher Bomb, but no, not this time. They might want to make a sacrifice. Now, wait a minute, focusing on the father now for a second. And I think the batteries are running low. I think the batteries are running low on Project Z. He's not reaching his hand out. He's not even asking for the tag, and I don't think Tetsu realizes what's going on. Dr. Jigoku not here to give orders. And yeah, I think the batteries are dying. I think he's in low power mode now. And look at this, the Butcher Bomb countered out by Matt Classic 2. Death Valley Driver, possibly inverted DDT. Project Tetsu, Project Z in trouble. Project Z bleeding from the chest, not that you can tell from those autopsy scars. Oh, what is it? Yeah, intergenerational thrust kick. And the wound, the open wound, right dead center of the jet. Boom! They hit it! The open wound! The open wound! The open wound! Blood splattering! Matt Classic Sr. 1, 2, 3! The reign of the Golden Triangle is over! It didn't matter how much damage they did, just say it!
Here are your winners, and the new Animated Wrestling League Tag Team Champions of the World, House Colossus!
The 34th World's Tag Team Champions! The Augments are done! Can Tiger Mask make it 2 for 2? Find out tomorrow! Ashitamo Suzuku!